Hey everyone, how you doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. It has been a busy day and there has been what appears to be, or what some are calling, a leak in Xbox Scorpio specs and things like that. So I wanted to go over them. First of all, I want to say take this with a grain of salt, and if you want my opinion on it, I think that they are taking some probable truths but mixing in what sounds like, you know, a wish list or something like that. And then of course I'll link where I got the information from in the description so you guys can check it out, and I'll also paste this up so you guys can see it while I'm talking about it. First of all, the features that have leaked indicate that this new Xbox One Scorpio will feature total memory of 13 gigabytes, 12 gigs of GDDR5 and 1 gig of DDR3 for app and standby. Now that sounds very plausible. If you know anything about what's going on, Microsoft recently removed the Snap to free up resources and things like that, so you wouldn't need as much for running the OS and things like that. But something still tells me that we are going to see 8 gigs of GDDR5 and then possibly 4 of DDR3. If I had to guess, that would be what I would say. But if this is close to being what you could see, just like how the PS4 Pro has that extra gig in there for running things like the apps and standby and things like that as well, the Xbox Scorpio can do that just as easily, and that part of it sounds pretty plausible. Now the GPU, they're saying it's the Vega 6.3 teraflops 950 megahertz, which again, even Digital Foundry alluded to a Vega or a Vega offshoot for the Xbox Scorpio, which makes sense because AMD has the Xbox Scorpio at their like RyZen presentation and things like that with the Vega stuff or whatever, and they're like, well, it wouldn't be here if it wasn't, you know, if for a reason, you know, it's here for a reason. So that possible, you know, 6.3, because we know that there's not going to be just a plain 6.0 TFLOPS. It's not going to be that. It's going to be likely more with overclocking and things like that. Now it says base technology CPU RyZen customized by Microsoft. Again, that's something that could be plausible as well, because again, the RyZen presentation, they have the Xbox Scorpio stuff there customized, because a lot of people are under the assumption that, you know, the straight up Vega or straight up RyZen or what would go into a console, and that's not true. It's like offshoots of these. Microsoft would get custom versions of these. You know, it's not like you can just open up your Xbox and put in, you know, an off-the-shelf part and it works. They don't want it to be that way, so they're customized. You can't just go and buy these things off the shelf. So again, somewhat plausible. They're saying the SoC build is 14 nanometers. Again, that's plausible. Global power and teraflops, they're saying 6.5 and 7 teraflops. So again, that's pretty interesting. And then it says choosing a 14 nanometer SoC enables better dissipation of heat generated by the new console, which would be needed, which allows to achieve superior performance to reach 7 teraflops, increasing the clock frequency of the processor from 950 megahertz to 1200 megahertz. The idea is that in this phase, the testing and the possibilities of the new GPU raw changing its frequency and overall power of the console will depend on the test of consumption and heat dissipation generated by the console. But it could be that the real new Xbox Scorpio exceeds the 6 announced teraflops. Yeah, so obviously, I've been saying that for a while. If the GPU alone is, they're saying 6 or probably a little bit more than 6, that makes perfect sense. The one thing that I'm going to say is that I've heard from someone pretty reliable, a couple people, that these specs are off. I didn't hear exactly what was off on the spec, but I did hear that they were not accurate. So again, take it for a grain of salt. I know that these specs would be killer, and a lot of people would be like, yeah, you know, I'm excited about these specs, but I don't think that I think that might have hit on some of them, but I don't think it's hitting on all of them, or, you know, I don't know, you know, it's just hard to really say. But I think these are like the dream specs. If you were just like spitballing and saying, hey, what would be the dream specs of the Xbox Scorpio, I think that would be it, because that's a full-on, like, huge, I mean, that's as next gen as you could get, in my opinion. That's a huge leap, and that would be amazing. I don't know if that would be as a cost effective, or maybe it would be, I don't know. But keep your expectations tempered, because this doesn't look to be legit in my opinion. But you know, never lose hope. It looks like we will get some kind of reveal for this thing soon. Let me know what you guys think. Sound off in the comment section, rate, comment, all that good stuff. It helps out the channel tremendously. Thanks for watching. Crapgamer out.